So today I wanted to talk to you about how important your story is and why it matters and why you need to actually put it down and to write your book, to take that thing that's been on your bucket list for the longest time and to really get it done, right? I've been feeling that too, where it's just like documenting your story, documenting your life, or just something that you wanted to talk about, your experience, like whatever your expertise is in, documenting that and making sure that it's there, it's a tangible product. So I want to talk about that today. But I want to tell you guys a story. So in January 2019, I received an email from like an artist residency in Skopje, Macedonia. So backstory to this, I had applied to that back in, I feel like it was near the beginning of 2018, and I got accepted for August 2018 because I think I was planning on doing that at that time because I had a friend from Germany who was going to be there at the same time, so we were going to meet up kind of thing. And I had completely forgotten about it because, well, I had to get out of Europe ASAP. No, I did not murder anyone or commit any sort of crime like that, other than maybe staying a bit too long without a proper visa. So I probably shouldn't be advertising that. Either way, when I received that email, I was so excited because Brashnar Creative, the artist residency in Macedonia, was like, they still wanted me. They still were really interested in my proposal. And B, I got to go to Europe again. I mean, like, how cool is that? I love going to Europe. I've been going there ever since 2002. So I have made friends over there. I can visit people, and this is why I love making friends all over the world, because I get to travel. And boy, do I miss traveling right now. I mean, it kills me that oh my gosh, like I miss traveling so much. It's really sad. Like I don't even mind waiting in lines at the airport. Like that's how much I miss traveling right now. It's really kind of sad. Anyway, my whole project for the artist residency was this grand scheme where I would go over there and I would chat with people from the community and I would talk to them about death. Such a light topic, right? I know. You're thinking, the hell are you going to do? Just like waltz right into someone's home and ask them about death? And it was just really funny because I thought, you know what, I could do this. I can go in, I can gain their trust within the space of less than a month and write about it for this installation art project I was creating for the artist residency. And I had this whole plan of like, I wanted to create these gigantic flowers that opened via sensors. And on the inside would be the stories I've taken from the community. And I know, it's super easy, right? Like, who wouldn't want to be able to do that, where you could talk to people from the community within less than a month to talk to them about death, and then build these like mechanical flowers where they would open when someone walked by them. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that. Well, when I first got there, things didn't really go according to plan. And on the drive back to the house with the organizer, I was super excited. I was telling her about what I was planning to do, incorporating the community, because like artist residencies love that. And then exposing ideas around death. And she looks at me and she says, you do know that a lot of people here don't speak English, right? And so that means I would have to learn Macedonian. I hadn't really counted on that part. And most people aren't exactly the most open about the topic of death. You know, as I had originally hoped. And I don't really even know what I was thinking when I actually submitted that proposal for them to actually accept it. But the really cool thing that the organizer said to me was to not worry and to stop stressing about my project because it wasn't going to help my creativity in any way. And then she said the two words that would basically free my mind. And she said to me, she goes, just play. I mean, the whole thought of this, like the act of playing, experimenting, soaking in the environment before I got to work, learning the language, having fun, because creating something, anything, is meant to be fun. And if we take it too seriously, it really sucks all the fun out of it. So what did I do? I did exactly that. I soaked in all the inspiration I could, and I learned enough Macedonian to actually write a poem, which I embedded into the middle of these giant poppies that I made from empty chip bags. And then I painted them. And I chose poppies because poppy is actually their national flower. And it worked out really well. So I was super happy about that. But that sort of thinking can be applied to any sort of writing project. The more flexible I was with my end goal, the more play I could incorporate into it, and the more fun I could have with the end result. And I was super happy with the end result too. It was really cool, and all the people who came to the art show got a kick out of reading my poem because I actually had some dirty words in there. Because hey, let's be honest, whenever we learn a language, we always learn the dirty words first, or at least I do. Creating is meant to be fun, and then we need to really incorporate that back into what we're doing. And that's kind of why I created my signature service. It's Writing with Ease is for anyone, especially female writers who want to write their story. And I can show them how they can do that. And I emphasize female writers because I found a lot of women usually feel their story isn't worth listening to. I mean, how many times have we ever thought, well, this isn't very interesting, or I'm not living that sort of life that would call in that sort of excitement or that drama, or the whole where you don't have a rags to riches story or anything like that. I mean, we're always thinking it has to be on that spectrum of just it has to be so exciting that people are just enthralled. And then whereas we're just living our lives, and yet you have no idea how big of an impact your story may have on someone on the other side of the world. How do you know that for a fact, that your life is so boring? You don't know that. You may think it. You may think it's so mundane and it's so plain or something, but you don't know the sort of impact your story can have on someone else. And so, you know what? I think it's because I like to think of it as we're all interconnected in this giant universe. And in that way, it's chaos theory, where a tiny event that occurs on one side of the world can actually impact someone else who's all the way on the other side. And you may not think your story is worth it, but that's only based off of your own opinion, not someone else. So I just wanted to remind you that your story matters. Everyone's story matters. And I say this because I see stories as living beings. They need love, they need nourishment and attention in order to be heard. And because we're all connected, everything we do can actually impact someone else's life. So if writing a book has always been on your bucket list, now is a great time to get started. And if you need that little nudge even to get you started, Writing with Ease can help you do that. I can help you to get started and to finish your book. Your story is embedded in this giant slab of marble, and all you need to do to really bring it out is to keep chipping away at it. There's no other way, right? So the more you can actually devote time, 30 minutes, it's not even that long. 30 minutes can go by real quick if you even think about it. And when you're so immersed in your writing, that time will fly, and you won't even realize that 30 minutes has gone by when it's actually up. So it's really all about how two things. One of which is how determined are you to actually write your book, and how committed are you to it. So determination and commitment are much needed. Having someone like a writing coach can actually help you to stay on track and to help guide you through this whole process as well. And so that's basically all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Thank you so much for coming on and joining me during this time, and I really appreciate it. And if you know of anyone who, or if you yourself are really interested in writing a book, please let me know. Reach out, DM me on Instagram or message me on Facebook. And I would love to chat with you about your book, because I love hearing ideas and hearing the stories that people have to tell around their life, because you never know how it's going to impact someone.